So you'll start off in a Sphinx pose. You'll be right in through here, and you'll do this kind of armpit activation dance. So you'll squeeze in through the armpits, you'll contract, and you'll relax. You'll think that the elbows dig down into the ground so the chest lifts, right? And that's why you're seeing this little subtle movement. In terms of what's happening around here, I press the tops of my feet down. I press my hips down. I engage in through my belly, so you imagine that your belly button could get up off of the ground. And then from there, widen out your hands. So your elbows are in, your hands are out, and you're active in through your armpits. This is your imaginary front rack position. Hang out right in through here. Take an inhale deep in through the belly. Exhale, draw everything in. Keep tucking the tail under. Keep the armpits super active. And then from there, you're going to try to keep all of this activation. And then you're going to reach the hands back into a cobra. Technically, this is the bottom of your push-up position, right? So my chest is now touching the ground, but my elbows are in line with my shoulders. As opposed to dipping forward, you're keeping your shoulders back, externally rotated, scapula is engaged. And then from there, you'll come right back into Sphinx. So you're going back and forth. You'll do this 10 times between Sphinx and Cobra, thinking that the shoulders peel down the back. So it should be kind of interesting to see how you can keep all of the engagement, belly engaged too, and bring yourself back and forth between Sphinx. Try to keep that back bend and then bring it into a Cobra. After that, you'll bring it into Child's Pose. Feel free to reach, right arm reaches over, get a little stretch to the lats, and then left arm reaches over, get a little stretch through there, and then you'll do 10 press-ups. It'll look a little bit like this. So I'm going to press up into a little cobra. It's like when people do really bad push-ups, right, where they leave their hips on the ground. Well, now you are meant to leave your hips on the ground because the focus is opening in through the chest and adding a little bit of healthy hyperextension into the back. So I'm here, and I'm lifting my chest up. My hips are still down on the ground. I think head up to the sky. I'm not thinking over. I'm thinking head up to the sky, get long, and then bring myself right back down. You don't go up to lockout. You just go up to a little bend in through the elbows, and then bring it on down. When I do this, the one thing I need to think about is trying not to shrug the shoulder blades up to the ears. So as you press up, think the shoulder blades peel down the back so you get that opening all in through your chest. After that, you'll come on down and literally open up and through your chest with a little kind of scorpion. Your back will decide whether or not you can do this. If your back decides that you cannot do this, this is what you're going to do. Your elbow is in line with your shoulder. It's at 90 degrees right in through here. From there, I bring my left heel in close to my butt. Actually, if your back is a little tender, you'll just stack the hips. To show you from this side, elbow 90 degrees. I just rock myself on over, press my hand into the floor a little, and then you should get that stretch all along the pec. Feel free to kind of move. If you're not quite feeling a stretch here, maybe rock a little up. Maybe rock a little straight. Maybe bring it back to bent and then bring it around. If you feel like your back can handle it, it'll be a full reverse scorpion. So the heel drops into the booty and then rocks on over to the side. You'll hang out for about 30 seconds there. After that, you'll come on up. You'll bring yourself back and around on your butt. Heels in close to the butt, and you'll lift your hips to the top of a glute bridge. Press the hips together, squeeze the knees together, and then when you can, press your forearms down into the ground. Notice that my chest just lifted. From there, I'm going to reach my right leg straight up in the air. You're going to keep the hips lifted, and then from there, you're going to lower the right leg, and then lift that same right leg right back up. I lower the right leg, keep the hips lifted, and then lower that and lift that same right leg right back up. Do 3 on each side. The hips stay lifted, and then from there, the left side. I lower, and then lift right back up. 3 on that side, followed by clamshells. You'll bring yourself on your side. You'll do the awkward clamshells with the heels up into the air. From there, we lift straight up. We squeeze in through that side butt. We think about pressing our hips forward, right? Imagine that you were doing like a little tree pose or something in yoga. Right? You'll bring yourself right in through here. You'll lift the hip, lift the knees, squeeze through the butt, and then rock it on over. You'll do 6 on each side. And then you'll bring yourself down, elbow stacks, hand in line with the shoulder. So instead of out here, hand in line with the shoulder, that's going to force you to engage through your armpit muscles, your teres major, your teres minor, and then from there, lift your hips. Here we are, side plank. From there, you're going to lower your hips and then lift them right back up. You'll lower, and then you'll lift. You'll do this 6 times. Lower, lift, lower, and lift. Feel that fire through the obliques. You'll travel yourself into a plank on your hands and your elbows and your feet. Tuck the tail under, and then you'll rock it on over to your other side. Remember that it starts off with the clam, so you're here, you're lifted, you'll bring it up, you'll bring it down, you'll bring it on up, you'll bring it on down. And then from there, you'll bring down to your elbow, up into side plank, hips lift, they lower, they lift 6 times, bring it into plank on your elbows, and then if you can, try to bring it into dolphin pose. Dolphin pose is elbows down, feet start to walk up to the hands, and it really is a front rack stretch if you can allow your butt to tilt up. If you can and it's just impossible, don't even worry about it. Just grab onto a resistance band, get right into your banded downward facing dog, and then think, or actually, allow your elbows to descend down and turn it into that Sphinx pose. Or I'm sorry, turn it into that dolphin pose. All right, next you got a ball. You're sitting your butt to the ball. We're gonna bring ourselves down into a lunge. So my right knee is down. When my right knee is down, I want to kind of play around with squeezing that right butt cheek. So when I squeeze the right butt cheek, I press the knee down, I fire up and through the TFL right in through here. So from there, once you have that, you can kind of tell what we're aiming for, at least superficially. Then from there, you might need to slide your hips down. I know I do, my butt's too big. Yours might be too big too, I don't know. From there, you'll bring your left hand down to the floor. So you want to drop your hips low enough that it's comfortable to bring your hand to the floor. And then from there, I reach my right arm up to the sky. I think about squeezing the right hip forward, so squeezing the right butt, and allowing my knee to stay on the floor. So I don't want my knee to lift, I want to keep it down, so I find that internal rotation of the hip and that elongation all the way from the vastus lateralis all the way up the lats. Hang out here, try to enjoy it, at least 30, 45 seconds. And then you'll come on up, get back on your ball, and then drop the left knee down. Again, left butt cheek presses forward. I fire up my internal rotation. I should feel the fire from the vastus lateralis traveling up to the TFL. My right hand finds the floor. I reach up, I press forward, and I enjoy for at least 30 to 45 seconds. After that, we're going to do some squat therapy. This time, no wall, just the ball. It'll look like this. So your inhale, you'll reach your arms straight up to the sky. You'll try to roll the shoulders down the back, knowing that you have more overhead mobility as you allow your arms to, as you allow your shoulder blades to kind of shrug down. From there, take an inhale, and on your exhale, stand. Inhale, reach arms down and then up again. Exhale, let it fold. Inhale, look forward, super flat back. From there, exhale, drop the hips to the bottom of your squat. Inhale, reach your arms straight up to the sky. And then exhale, we stand. Again, just like that, our inhale. Inhale, reaches arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, we forward fold. Inhale, look forward, flat back just like a deadlift. Exhale, drop your hips to the bottom of your squat. Your inhale reaches your arms straight up to the sky. Your exhale stands all the way up. And again, inhale, arms straight up to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, look forward, super flat back. Exhale, drop your hips, bottom of the squat. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, stand. 10 times. Femur floss, woman. Next, we have the femur floss. You're going to grab onto a resistance band. You're going to loop it right in through your hip. And then from there, you'll grab onto another band.
I'll bring my knee into my chest so that way I can play around. Is it in the right position? Shift, shimmy it as much as you need to. And then kind of step away so you have adequate resistance on the band. And then you can either grab onto the back of the knee and then kind of roll it in through there, or you can grab onto another band, loop it around in through your foot, and then from there, work on the hamstrings. So as the femur is moving back into the hip crease, it's freeing up more space in through the front of your hip, and the other band is now allowing you to stretch in through your hamstrings. I can flex and point and go round and round, focusing a little bit on ankle range of motion. And then from there, as you're hanging out here for about 90 seconds, 2 minutes, then you can bring it into a half happy baby. I bring my knee over to the side. I can grab onto the side of the foot if you can, and if you can't, that's what the band's there for, to make your life a little bit easier. And then explore it through here. Your hips open. Again, your femur, so your leg bone is moving back into your hip, so it should free up more space in through your hips. From there, you'll end with a supine twist. I reach it up, I fully extend my right leg, and then I cross this leg over your body. As you cross it over, again, it's going to be taking the femur, pulling it back. You'll feel a pretty interesting stretch right in through your piriformis. As you flex that left foot, it's going to fire up your sciatic nerve. That'll track all the way from the base of your lower back, all the way down your leg and out your knee, and then hang out. You'll spend about 4 minutes on each side. Have fun with it.